Coco Gauff showed up to Roland Garros on Tuesday morning, and her day was already falling apart before she even touched a tennis racket. The defending French Open champion was riding to the tournament grounds when the car she was in slammed into a pole. Not a brush, not a tap, an actual collision that left the vehicle completely undrivable. Gauff sat there, juice spilled all over her lap, all over the seat, probably all over her bag, waiting for someone to call a taxi while the clock ticked closer to her first-round match. And here is the thing that makes this story so different from most athlete chaos stories. She still walked onto Court Philippe-Chatrier and absolutely dismantled her opponent. That is who Coco Gauff is right now. A player with a serve and volley game that can make even top opponents uncomfortable if they are not dialed in. The stat sheet from that match is interesting because it is not clean. Gauff served up 5 double faults and recorded just 1 ace, which on paper does not look like the performance of someone in total control. But when her first serve landed, she was dominant. She dictated points from the baseline with the kind of clean ball striking that has become her signature on clay, and Townsend simply could not find a way to stay in rallies against her. Townsend converted only 53% of her first serve points and never really created the pressure needed to threaten Gauff in a serious way. The first set finished 6-4, and the second set was a shutout. Gauff took it 6-0, wrapping up the match without dropping a single game in the second half. When you consider everything that went wrong before she even stepped foot on the court, that second set performance looks even more impressive. She was not just winning. She was turning off the noise and accelerating. After the match, Gauff reflected on it in a way that revealed a lot about how she processes competition now. She said that when chaos happens before a match, it actually works in her favor because it stops her from overthinking. For a player who has been open about her experiences with self-doubt and match pressure during earlier stages of her career, that is a meaningful shift. The Coco Gauff, who sometimes let her emotions spiral during tight matches a few years ago, has evolved into a player who can survive a car crash, a wardrobe malfunction, a schedule change, and still close out a 6-4, 6-0 win. That mental rewiring is not accidental. It comes from experience from winning big matches and from learning how to trust herself under pressure. The win over Townsend set the stage for Gauff's second-round match, which came on Thursday, May 28th, against Egypt's Mayar Sherif. Gauff had beaten Sherif before in their only previous meeting, and she made it 2 from 2, winning 6-3, 6-2 to advance to the third round. The match was more comfortable than the first, with Gauff showing better consistency on serve and keeping Sherif behind the baseline throughout. 2 rounds down, and the defending champion is through without losing a set. If you look at what Gauff did during her 2025 title run, the pattern is striking. She went all the way to the quarterfinals before anyone managed to take a set off her. She was that locked in, that disciplined, that capable of maintaining her level for multiple matches in a row on a surface that rewards patience, spin, and physical endurance. She then defeated Aryna Sabalenka in the final to win her first French Open title, a match that went down as one of the defining moments in her career to that point. Sabalenka is not just any opponent. She is a 2-time Australian Open champion, a player who hits through the ball as hard as anyone in the women's game, and someone who has established herself as one of the 3 or 4 best players in the world. Gauff beat her in Paris, on clay, in a Grand Slam final, at 21 years old. Coming back to defend that title is a different kind of pressure. The expectations have shifted. Everyone in the draw knows what Gauff is capable of on this surface. Every coach is preparing their player specifically to handle the things Gauff does well. The target is firmly on her back, and the chaos of her opening day shows that even the logistics of getting to the court can become part of the challenge when you are the player everyone is watching. She handled all of it. The question that will define the next 2 weeks is whether she can sustain this level deep into the draw. The French Open gets significantly harder from the 4th round onward,